what I'm gonna do is still talk about used cars because I think used cars are huge. Most of the time, when you get most people don't buy new. New cars are new cars. You know the price, you know the payment, and most of the maintenance is good. Just change the oil and follow instructions, and you shouldn't have any problems for at least 5 years. I'm going to go through some of the things you have to do and to maintain a used car. I talk about used cars a lot, but everybody needs some sort of transportation. I'm going to open up this one. This is a Ford Mustang 2010. On all cars, I'm going to go through them real quick. Not to brag, it's just a lot of maintenance have to be done. For the first thing you must do as a used car owner is don't buy a used car unless it has less than 150,000 miles. I'll say 125, 130 would be my max, and that's only if it's a really good deal. Because what happens most of the time with a used car, when it has that many miles, things you're gonna have to change, and I'm gonna show you. Oil change is normal. You got tires. A lot of time tires are bald or dry rotted. That could be expensive. Air filter, oil filter, power steering fluid. Your coolant should be changed every 5 years. That can be very costly. And each car that I buy, you got to take in consideration how much money you have. That's why you see so many cars parked on the side of the road. And I'm gonna go through some of the things I had to do, and you'll see if you get them with lower miles, most of the time, you don't have to do as much. This is my 2012 Challenger. It's pretty good shape. I haven't had too much. Ooh, tires going low. It looks low. I gotta check them. Tires look good though. I bought them, they were brand new. So I knew I didn't have to worry about that. I did an oil change, I did a transmission change. And that's all I really done to this one. Haven't had to do much. Gonna have to go through all the fluid. Of course it's old, but I did change the transmission and the oil. Need to change the differential fluid, but it's been running good. I haven't had no problems. Air conditioner runs, everything. Same thing, and I bought that right at 100,000 or just below 100. I don't think it has 100 now. It was like 90 or 80,000. I've had that 2 years. This one I've had 5 years. This is my 2003 MR2. I paid $4,500, no tax, and it's been great. Oil changes. I had to put a new, not a clutch, but the release for the clutch. I can't even think what it is, but that wasn't too bad. And bleed it out. I had to put new tires because when I got it shortly after, within a year, they were dry rotted and I had to change them. This one has been awesome. I got this one, it had a lot of miles, but I only paid $2,500. So I took the chance. Tires look great, they still look good. It sat up a long time. I thought it would be a problem. I changed oil filter, transmission filter. Really, that's all I done. This is a 2006, Magnum. I'll tell you what, the, rack and pinion was started to leak, so I changed it. Here's some of the pile of stuff that I've changed over the years. Some I wanted to, some I had to. There's a radiator that was on the Jeep. It started to leak on the top. I think I could have prolonged it, but I don't think it was that important. Let's go back a little bit because this is Christ, Corvette, and cars. And of course, I always start off with a word. This is from Romans 10:13. Whomsoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. I know everybody don't believe in God, and that's all right, but I think if you hang around positive people and learn their story and you see successful people, you'll find out they made it through Jesus Christ. You don't have to, but like I said, positive things happen to positive people. Let me spin it over here. This is my lowest one. This is a 12, I think, or 13 GMC Yukon. It runs great. I really haven't doing anything with this. Changed transmission fluid. I had to change the coolant. Of course, changed the oil. Tires been good since I've had it. Same one, I've been to Florida, been to Tennessee. I started only with, I think 46,000 miles. I've had this, I think 4 years, right around 4 years. And it's been great. This one I've had a while, but it's broke down. I gotta do something to this. I blew the head gasket years and years ago, haven't had a chance. I bought that car to switch the motor to that one, and I haven't had a chance because it's a Toyota. I'm going through, just let you see, because that's Blue Flame. I haven't had any major issue. That's a 5-speed manual, and I haven't had any problems. He had brand new tires on it already. It had right at 90,000 miles. I paid 15,000. It's been really good to me. Oh, I put coilovers on it. I didn't have to, I did. It kind of bounced a little bit, but I switched to coilovers and it runs great now. But I didn't have to. I did it because the ride make it run good. I just purchased this for my daughter. It runs great. I can't remember what year it's in the door. I haven't done anything to it. I bought it from Sanford and drove it here 65 miles one way, and it looks good. It's only got 80-something thousand miles on it, and it's been running. It looks good. I haven't got it really did anything to it because my daughter is only 14. So I bought it because it was a good deal. There go my 2 bad dogs in there hanging out. I got Blue because the other one, they play real good together. This is my Jeep Cherokee. Oh my God. I bought this for somebody else, but this was just like my brother Matthew. And they bought a new car, so I kept this one. I had to put all 4 new tires, but I only paid $2,000 for it. It's got a V8. I changed the valve cover gasket. I had to put a bearing in the transmission, which I knew when I bought it. I didn't realize it was so expensive though, because they just don't make these parts anymore for some of these. I probably should have looked around more, but I just couldn't find. Spent a lot of money on that. I put that radiator in there. It was leaking a little bit. I had to put a new caliper on it. It messed up, and so on and so forth. And then they're out. I'll go inside here. But what I want you to see, this is my garage. Hopefully the fan ain't too loud. I might turn it off. This is my 2010 Camaro SS. I'm gonna turn the fan off. And I went through a whole bunch with this one. And I had it for about 4 years when I met Ershon. I messed the motor up, had to put a new motor in. I had the motor out, I put a new clutch in, put a new water pump, put a lot of money in this one. I think I paid $10,000 or $15,000 4 years ago. It had less than $1,000. But what happened was they're known for the lifters breaking off, and that's what happened. It broke off and had some issues. I'm trying to do it with one hand. It looks good, it runs good. New motor, the old motor's in the corner. I haven't had a chance, but I did a lot. I put coilovers on this one, put a new motor in, new tires for the back. I need to put some on the front. Just drove to 120 miles yesterday one way. It ran great, first time I drove that far. This is the newest one, 2017. This one cost the most, but it had low miles, and that's why I bought it. 24,000 miles, runs great. I'm here checking now, I'm checking the air filter. I had to take off that crowd just to get to the air filter. Z06 2017, it's bad to the bone. Just check the air filter, the cabin air filter is right here. Right here. And I looked at it, it was good. I just blew it off and put it back in there. Check the air filter here. I already changed motor oil. I changed the transmission. It's 5 years old. I did that last week. I just checked it today, and I changed the rear end fluid. So I haven't done nothing with this one really, except change oils and just look at it. It drives great, it's strong, it's beautiful. 2017, runs strong. So what I'm saying basically, it takes a lot to keep a car together. Used cars cost money. New cars cost even more money, but you do less things with it. But what I'm saying, when you have a lot of cars or even a few cars, but when you buy just one used car, you gotta keep it up. And you got to save your money for it because something always going to happen. Little stuff. Could be a radiator leak. You get something in your tire, busted up. You can't fix it. You got to put a brand new tire on them. Some of these tires are $100 to $500 a piece. And that's in all cars. Nothing is cheap anymore. You got to understand. Like I said, I'm not here to brag. I just want you to understand the maintenance of it. So when you buy a used car, the less miles, the better, because it'll live a long time. I had that Hummer 10 years and I sold it for $21,000, which was amazing to me. It only had $25,000. I sold it 5 years later, and at I think $79,000 or $80,000. I made $21,000 on it, and I had it 10 years. I only paid $30,000 when I first got it. So when you get it cheap, you got a good truck or a good car, you can turn around and sell it and still make some good money. But the main thing you want to do with a car is drive it and enjoy it without a whole lot of maintenance. So set it up, get a little pad. I got one in here. Write down the miles, write down the vehicle when you did it so you can keep up, especially if you have more than one, and check it periodically. You don't have to do everything all at once. 1 week you might change the oil. 1 week you might change the air filter and the cabin filter. 1 week or two, week you might flush the either the transmission or the coolant or whatever it needs for the time of the maintenance. But you got to save for it. You got to be ready for it. Excuse me. I got a little booklet here. I put all my stuff down, write it down, let everybody see that you keep up with your work when you check it, when stuff is changed. So it's easy when you come back to it, maybe 6 months, a year from now, you say, did that? Or if you do multiple cars at the same time, you say, oh, which one I change? Because I accidentally changed the Challenger transmission twice, like once and then 3 months later. But I'll get oil filters, I'll put them up here and I'll save them and be ready for the next time. None of that. Coolant, I keep extra oil. I got brake fluid. I got all kind of stuff up here. Ooh, excuse me. To keep it, so you can see that you're ready for the next time to change your fluid and get ready. What I want you to understand, it's a journey. All of this is buy little stuff at a time, buy your tools, save them because you're gonna need them somewhere in time to do a job later on. There's some tools I bought I didn't use when I was a mechanic until 5-10 years later. I needed it at that time, but I didn't need it again for 5 or 10 years later. Every little stuff that you buy is expensive. Be careful what you got. When you take long trips, check your car out. Check your oil, check your coolant. You got a fan that could go bad. You got fuses that could go bad. All of this costs money. You just got to be careful. This is your boy, Christian. I got my stuff on. I'm doing stuff around the house. Deuces, take care of yourself. I want you to know, get a used car. There is some work. There is maintenance. There's things that has to be done. And you need to take care of it. If you don't, it will fail. Your car will fail on you. And hopefully you got the money. And also, one other tip, and I said this before, get AAA or get some kind of thing with your insurance company that you can get towed. You don't want your car on the side of the road, because if they come to pick it up, it's going to cost twice as much. Most of the time through your insurance company, it's only $1 or $2 a month extra. But to get it towed, it's anywhere from $100 to $500 to get it towed at one time. So it's much simpler to get a policy with towing and everything you got, so you don't have to, in case of emergency, call somebody up and have to dish out additional $500 to the problem, whatever the problem is. Mine with AAA, it's just got 100 miles. It's got lockout, it's got all that stuff. You run out of gas, hopefully you shouldn't. They'll bring some gas. Maybe you're stuck in traffic for a long time. You thought you were going to be able to get off the highway. You could call them and they'll bring you gas. What I'm telling you, like I said, I don't want this to go super long, but it's important to understand. If you got cars, and most of us need cars to go from point A to point B, you got to take care of it. You got to think about the maintenance. You got to put away the money every time you get paid, because something will go wrong, not only with your car, but in your life. Like I said, this your boy Christian. Deuces, I'm out working on my stuff. Take care, live life while you're still living. I'm out.